Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah, so hello viewers, welcome once again to my channel, Journey in a Day. We are still uncovering, unraveling, unfolding stories of international students here in the States. All right, people have interesting stories to share. So I just want you to stay tuned, don't go nowhere. Today we have with us a very beautiful African lady. Oh my gosh, she's beautiful. So I'll just let her introduce herself and then we dive into the interview.
Hey, my name is Joan Kirigo.
Mhm.
I'm an international student at YSU,
Mhm.
and initially I'm a Kenyan, but I reside in South Africa, Botswana actually. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk about my journey. It's been a long journey, I think 4 years. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, welcome.
thank you.
Joan.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How you been? Like it's been a while, right?
Ish, man, I've been
Yeah.
enjoying my vacation.
I
Hmm.
see. I see it all over your
You
beautiful
know,
face.
I'm enjoying life. Yeah,
Okay. So, all right. So you said that you were originally you were born in Kenya,
yeah.
and then you moved to where? South
To
Africa,
Botswana.
To
Yeah,
Botswana.
yeah.
Okay. And then, um, aside staying in Africa, where else have you been?
I've also been to China.
Mm-hmm.
I lived there for like 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived specifically in a place called Changsha.
Changsha.
Yes, I was trying to be a medical doctor,
Mm-hmm.
but things didn't work out.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So then you moved to the state. How long have you been in the United States?
I first came to the United States in 2018,
Okay.
and I took like 2 years, and then went back home, stayed for a bit, then came back again in
So
2023.
you just went home to relax.
You know,
Why?
you know.
Why? Was it
I
like
didn't.
there's a
No,
lot of pressure?
no, I did. I didn't go to relax actually. What happened is, I had just taken a vacation, and then there was COVID. So when I
Oh,
tried to come back in,
I mean,
yeah,
school was down. Like there wasn't
yeah,
much
no,
going
yeah,
on.
and they
Yeah.
were
So
also not giving out visas, so I had
okay,
to
you
stay
had to stay
home,
home and then.
and I finished my program online and graduated online.
Oh, okay. What program was that though?
So I'm doing the nursing
Right now you're
program.
doing yeah.
Yes. So at that time, I mean, with the nursing program, you start with your prerequisites,
Okay.
which is like
Okay.
a pre-nursing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I was doing then was an associate in
Pre-nursing.
pre-nursing. Yeah.
Okay. And then
Which I graduated, and now I'm
you're
doing
doing
the
your nursing.
nursing.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you like it?
I do.
You do?
I wanted to be a doctor.
Okay. So
So
you work your way towards the eventual, I think.
I'm gonna dive in maybe into nurse practitioning
Okay.
and stuff like
So
that.
now we are in America, right?
Hmm.
Um, so you stayed in America, you said you've been to Washington
Washington,
and then a couple
yes.
of places in America.
Yes.
So I would want to say that like since we are here, I
Hmm.
just want to focus on America. Like,
Okay.
do you think that whatever you were expecting, and then you've been here for a while, so do you think that whatever you were expecting, like I mean, whatever you imagined back in Africa or
Hmm.
back in China,
Hmm.
coming to America, like those expectations were met?
Honestly, I was a little bit like, okay, I wouldn't say disappointed,
Hmm.
but
Oh, okay.
it was very different.
How?
Because when I was living China, there was a certain type of life I was used to. There was so much social life.
Hmm.
There was a lot of we had a very like huge community of international
Okay.
students and stuff like that. But when I came to America, it was a little bit different. How international students interact. We live differently. We live in different apartments. In China initially, we lived all together as
Okay.
international students. So that made a huge difference.
Hmm.
I had a lot of expectations when it came to how I saw life because I had friends
Hmm.
in America before. I saw them live so lavishly, drive better cars,
Cars and
dress
everything.
like this. But when I came,
Mhm.
I discovered so much. You have to put in so much work to get to that type of lifestyle. You just don't come here and
And then start enjoying the
yeah,
goodies,
and things
right?
just work out. But that's how it looks like. It looks like once you come here, like
Everything is,
doors open,
yeah,
but you actually struggle a
a
little
little
bit to
bit
get there.
before.
Yes.
Okay. So that's fine. So how did you blend in? I mean, amidst all the challenges that you were, I mean, so like now you came in and
Mm-hmm.
then your expectations were not kind of met, or let
Mm-hmm.
me say the way you perceive things to be were not like as they were on the grounds
Yeah.
now. So like you have to readjust your mind and
Mm-hmm.
assimilate into the culture and all that. So like
Mm-hmm.
how did you blend in?
So at first, as I mentioned, I went to Washington. I was in Washington, and it was very hard to adapt because I was a very social person in the beginning. I was very used to crowds, I was very used to friends. But when I came to America, I discovered it was very different. There's no social life, and everyone minds their business. I mean,
Okay.
time is money, everyone is working, no one is there to, hang around.
Hmm.
So the first days were a little bit challenging. I would be alone, but then I started getting out there.
Okay.
I got involved so much with social activities. I made sure I joined a church. I think that's one of the things that,
Okay.
yeah, that, because a church is easy to meet people.
People, yeah.
Yeah, and in school too, I made sure like I joined a few things like dances, not
You like
just
to dance?
yeah, I like to dance.
Damn. Maybe after that you have to show us
Oh,
some
wow,
moves.
no. It's a hidden talent.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, yeah, but I got involved in more social activities. I think that's the blending in part.
Okay.
Yeah, get more involved out there. Don't be, timid. Don't be afraid to meet people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you move from Washington to Youngstown, Ohio?
The nursing program.
Okay.
Yes, I mean Youngstown State University has the best, has among the best
Okay.
nursing
Nice.
programs. Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually very competitive. Apparently, like in a year, 110 people apply, but
Like,
only 30 people are chosen.
okay.
So it's a very big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So now, so during those moments, when you came here, during those moments that you're trying
Mm-hmm.
to like find your grounds and all those kinds of, or probably even up to now, like,
Mm-hmm.
did you experience any kind of loneliness, like,
Yeah.
because
Honestly, I
you were
did.
talking about the fact that you're a social person, and then
Yeah.
now like everybody, like people used to hail you, you know.
I
I'm sure
know
you do stuff that,
so much.
yeah, like gets attention, and then nobody know you're trying to get attention and nobody's giving it to
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you went through some loneliness.
Yeah, yeah, I did actually. So much. I don't know. I don't necessarily want to say it was depression
Hmm.
because, my mind is stronger than that.
Okay.
But like I got to a point where, sometimes I'll just be in my room, just trying to figure life out. And actually, when I came to America, also, it was like a moment of discovery for me. It's like that moment I was very secluded from life,
Hmm.
that it allowed me to really know myself as a person.
Okay.
I never knew myself. I mean, when I was in China, I was young, I was 17. I
Hmm.
didn't care much about life.
Life, yeah.
Yeah. But when I came here, I was, 20.
So
So
like yeah.
yeah, it was also a time of self-discovery. And I believe like self-discovery, you need to be very much, alone
Hmm.
to get to know who you really
We
are.
are.
So America gave me that opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the midst of loneliness, you discovered yourself.
In the midst of, exactly. So loneliness might look like it's a bad thing,
Mm.
but in those quiet moments when you sit down,
Yeah, but I mean like so I'm thinking like,
hmm
as you're talking right now, like you're a beautiful lady.
you know,
Probably you're attracting some guys. So
you
weren't any
know.
guys coming your way like trying to to get your.
Yeah, you have to have some that will
So
DM you once in a while. But at that time, also, I don't know. As I'm saying, I think I was in a discovery moment. I actually, for the first 2 years when I came to America, I stayed single.
wow.
Yes, I was
So were you
very.
single in China? Now
Ah,
you're 17
no,
years, your
I
parents were not
wasn't.
expecting you to
I
be.
wasn't single in China. I hope my mom is not watching
She's
this.
watching. She's watching. Your mommy is watching.
No, I wasn't single in China. In China,
Okay.
actually, in China, I was very young, and I was experiencing life as raw as it
Damn.
can be.
As raw as it can be.
As
Oh
raw
my
as it
god. How raw is life? I don't know how raw life is. Tell me.
life can be very raw.
Like I don't know how raw life is, to be honest.
No, but there's that. When you're young, you're
Uh-huh.
not afraid of losing. You. I mean, when you're young, like when you're less than 25, what are you afraid of losing?
Mhm.
Nothing. You have no, you don't have like you haven't figured out who you even are.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're everywhere. You're all over. You're excited. So yeah, but those first 2 years, I didn't date. I
Okay, so
had
like in
this
China,
moment.
like how many guys? No, you were experiencing life in a
No, no,
raw
no,
state. Come on. 10, like
no,
10.
no, guys, that's my secret. Imagine
Okay,
if
okay.
imagine if each of them is watching and they didn't know. I'm kidding. No, I'm a very loyal
Girl.
woman. Yeah,
Oh,
so I was
lawyer,
dating
lawyer.
one man.
I know African ladies are
No, we're very
lawyer.
loyal.
Are you sure?
African ladies do not cheat. That it's a
Okay.
lie.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. That's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting.
But the first 2 years in America,
Wow. I
self
think that
discovery.
that's gonna be something like interesting. Like, I mean, being in a relationship, experiencing life in its raw state, and then you come to America and then you're experiencing life in a refined state. Is that how you're gonna put it?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay.
Cause man, it was different.
It was different. So
Yeah,
like was it a moment that you wish you go back and then
very.
stay?
Actually, somehow like me coming to America from China was somehow my mom's idea.
Okay.
And there's also like a friend of my mom that lives in Washington. So he was somehow a big influence.
Okay.
Like, oh, America is like this and like that. So when I came, I somehow blamed my mom all the time. If I faced any
Challenges,
challenge, I
you
would
call her.
get back to her.
It's
Yeah, and
like
I'll be like,
yes,
yeah, mom, man, you
you're
you
making my
made
life.
me suffer. So it was I don't know. I don't think it was easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So being a foreigner in America,
Mm-hmm.
did you feel like that at a point, like maybe during those discovery moments, during those loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
any person was trying to take advantage of you, or like not really?
I mean, you'll never lack people like that. I've had moments where, even people that were very close to, my family that
Hmm.
I knew in America that tried to do something just because I had not navigated life. I didn't know, I was desperate. So I had a moment where actually I think that's even one of the things that made me like have a hard time
Okay.
experiencing life in America because I met people. Most of the people that I met, they were not that. They were not like very. How can I explain? I don't want to put it in a bad way. Like when you come here, you don't know much.
Hmm.
So the people who know much should lead you in a
Yeah.
way. But the people I met were very adamant. They were not as willing to show me things because America is a system.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah. America
truth.
is a system. Yeah.
America is a system. So you need to meet people that have understood the
A
system
system.
and people that are willing to show you the system
System.
because if you live here for you to be successful, there's a certain system you need to get to your head
Mm-hmm.
for you to make it. But now, me, the people I met, they were very adamant to show me the system.
System.
Yeah.
But it's not like they knew the system, but they didn't want to show
They
you.
knew, but they wanted to put me in a situation where,
You always be relying on
yeah,
them, and they're
yeah,
like kind of
exactly.
like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like driving. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I was around someone who, held me back not to drive because they gained, I paid them
Okay.
for them to drive me.
Were they foreigners here too?
Yeah, they were foreigners, but they had
Okay.
lived for like 5 years.
Okay.
They knew the system. So, I mean, that's how it is. Especially, I know mostly for Kenyans. I've had Kenyans talk about when they come from Africa and come to America and live with other Kenyans. Most Kenyans are very adamant. I don't know if it's jealousy, maybe, where they don't want to show you how
Start
to
building
navigate
a
life.
system. Okay.
Yeah. So you need to be very aggressive when you come
Come
here.
to
Be
you.
very aggressive, open-minded, and just learn by yourself. It doesn't have to be people showing you.
Okay, so now you're talking about like Kenyans and what have you. So I just want to ask, like, have you met any people from other places in Africa? Like, how is your relationship with them like, and
Yeah.
how are they like?
Yeah.
How are you able to connect with other people from Africa?
Okay. So initially, as I said, I would describe myself as a South African. I mean, my accent
Okay.
is very South African, more than even Kenyan. So yes, I really meet a lot of South Africans. And my
Southern
relation,
Africans or
yeah,
South Africa?
Southern Africans,
Okay.
Zambians. I
Okay.
have a good relationship with
Okay.
Zambians. I have a good relationship with South Africans when I meet them. Of course, Kenyans, Tanzanians,
Hmm.
especially people who speak Swahili.
I'm from the West. What about people from the West?
Of course, I mean, my boyfriend
Your
is from
boyfriend,
the West.
where? Nigeria? Oh,
Calm down.
no, no.
No, my boyfriend is from Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. At least you know where he's from. So
Yeah.
like when he's watching, you know that you're talking about
At least you know.
him.
At least you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So I interact a lot with West Africans too. I mean, you are my
Me?
friend. Yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes, yes.
All right, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So like would you say that right now you've been able to navigate the American system and then you are comfortable and then you are in a comfortable lead so far as navigating your career path or your
Not yet.
future? Okay.
Yeah, not yet. I'm gonna get there because also the way I've not been too consistent. I've been going back home, coming, going back home. It has somehow delayed my, progress. But yeah, I'm still learning the system. I mean, the system is there to be learned,
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. So
Yes.
I think your journey here is very, very interesting.
Very,
It's very
actually.
interesting and
Mm-hmm. Very interesting
yeah.
journey.
So now let's just talk a little about your nursing here in Youngstown. So how is it going so far? Do you like whatever you're doing? Do you see the future being bright, like with what you're doing?
So, coming to Youngstown, first of all, was like very, you know, like it was a lot. Because when I came to Youngstown last year, they like the nursing program thought I was an undergraduate.
Okay.
They didn't think I was a transfer student. Yes, yet I
Okay.
was a transfer student.
Hmm.
So because of that mistake, I was somehow supposed to leave Youngstown. And it brought so much, controversy
See.
with me and, everyone involved that I even had to like take
Okay.
exams. Yeah, like, we had to contact the school that I was in before for me to be fully in the
In the
nursing
nursing
program.
program.
So me being in Youngstown is I would say it's shocking. I never
Okay.
expected
Good
a
to
bit
hear.
this far. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying the nursing program. I'm doing the accelerated program. It's
Okay.
only 4 semesters. It's a lot,
Okay.
but I'm getting there.
All right. That's good.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Joan,
you.
for having us here. I think it was an interesting conversation.
Very.
I would have loved for us to continue, but maybe next time, like we can meet and have continue on your life journey. I think there are interesting
Yeah.
bits and pieces,
Mhm.
like in your journey here in America.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks.